I'm Russell Jaffe for Course Hero, and here are 10 things you probably didn't know about the Scarlet Letter. Ready? Let's go! A 1658 law in Plymouth Colony stipulated that anyone who committed adultery would be whipped and then forced to wear the letter. If the adulterer were seen in public without it, he or she would be publicly whipped. Not everyone was a fan of Hawthorne's work. An 1851 review written by a minister said, "Why has our author selected such a theme? Why should the taste of Mr. Hawthorne have preferred as the proper material for romance the nauseous amour of a Puritan pastor, with a frail creature of his charge whose mind is represented as far more debauched than her body? It is, in short, because a running underside of filth has become as requisite to romance as death in the fifth act to a tragedy." Hawthorne had been a custom house surveyor in Salem, Massachusetts, but was fired after being accused of corruption. He wrote The Custom House both as an introduction to the novel and a response to the charges. Many people purchased the novel because of this, more so than for the story itself. The first two print runs sold out quickly. Despite its popularity, Hawthorne did not become rich from the Scarlet Letter. Sales dwindled after the first two print runs, and Hawthorne would only go on to sell 7,800 copies in his lifetime, earning only $1,500. It isn't very surprising then that he accepted the much more lucrative position as U.S. Consul to Liverpool in 1853. Mass production of books was just taking off in the United States when the Scarlet Letter was published. Before the rise of mechanized printing in the mid-19th century, many books were handmade and sold in small quantities. The first printing of the Scarlet Letter included 2,500 copies, which sold out in 10 days. The Library of Congress rated the Scarlet Letter as one of the 100 books that helped shape America. Yet it is also one of the many titles from that list that activist groups often seek to have banned from school reading lists, claiming the novel is obscene and pornographic. When Hawthorne finished the final chapter of the Scarlet Letter in February of 1850, he read it out loud to his wife Sophia, who began to weep. "It broke her heart," said Hawthorne, who was not discouraged by her reaction, instead proclaiming the finale to be a triumphant success. Lillian Gish, a silent film star, wanted to star in a film adaptation of the Scarlet Letter. She was told by Louis B. Mayer, the moral watchdog head of MGM, that the book was banned from being filmed. Gish assured him that the movie would be made in good taste. Reluctantly, Mayer lifted the ban, and the Scarlet Letter was released in 1926 to rave reviews. The movie's protagonist, Olive, played by Emma Stone, is an unpopular high school student. When a rumor spreads about her losing her virginity to a college guy, Olive decides to openly embrace the attention. Inspired by the Scarlet Letter, which she's reading in an English class, she voluntarily starts to wear a scarlet A affixed to her clothing. Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote the campaign biography for his old friend Franklin Pierce. Despite not knowing much about political writing, Hawthorne was willing to write a glowing character reference. The biography embellished many of Pierce's accomplishments and paved the way for him to get elected as the 14th president of the United States.